So, I was taking a look at some of the comments from the previous video, and I decided to go back and start up a new save file here, where I can actually show off stuff like the exploration of the Mother of Mothers, and, you know, all the little side things that I've been getting. If you're wondering why this is a 0.5 episode instead of a proper one. Although, looking at some more of the comments, I think most people were just upset at me not using magic. Which, okay, in my defense, this is a channel where, you know, I purposely limit the builds I use in Dead Cells as the main source of content. Also, I do stuff like that all the time. Hell, I played all the Dark Souls games without shields or... well, without, like, shields or summons or magic or anything like that, so... I don't know, whatever. I don't know why this is where you draw the line, but sure, I will try to do stuff like that a lot more, if I remember. Otherwise, since then, it's not like it's a huge amount of this area, but, you know, I do think that if I am going to be doing this, I should really just show off everything rather than just, you know, spending a pretty big amount of time just cutting out all that content that I think is not going to, you know, be part of the main route or anything like that. Well, anyway, this is kind of how you get into the Street of Wakes here. And I actually found out as of last time that apparently I was right at the end of the area. Like, all I need to do was just go slightly farther, and I would have been I would have been at the sort of end point of this place. As always, the spinning characters here are incredibly dangerous. The most powerful enemy in the entire game. Yes, this doesn't mean that I am going to have to go and get double jump again, since that was sort of where I started out the last episode, but I don't think it'll be too difficult. Anyway, let's go see what these NPCs got to say the first time you talk to them.
And for your thirst, I am water. For your cold, fire. Oh, make way for he who does not yet know me, who has not yet kissed me. Parishioner, you come seeking mine own sweet blessing. Kneel down and place your lips on my holy sanctity.
Now, I've been told that if you kneel, you get the bad ending. That's not true. But apparently there is dialogue for this.
Oh, I see. You are here for another purpose. Oh, but I will not judge thee. How could I? My will is only to bestow my grace upon thee, to ease thy burden. Go forth. My blessing awaits you. Prostrate yourself before me, penitent one. Do you not wish to worship the divinity? Do you not seek out my favor? Oh, I see. This is naught but an act of humility, but of sacrifice. Blessed are the humble, for they shall receive in their arms the highest of all blessings. I am moved by your act of humility. If you venerate me, you shall receive more favors than any other parishioner. Go ahead, bow down before me. You witness, my parishioners, how one among you rejects my blessing. It would seem my holiness is not pure and holy enough, not elevated enough for him. But let us forgive him. Oh, mine own parishioners, let us forgive his ignorant lack of faith. Let us pray for him, so he might repent of his grave sin. In this way, when your body is imbued with heaviness, it will prostrate itself before me. I understand. I accept that you do not wish to worship me. However, as a true divine being, I shall serve you nonetheless.
Okay. So, apparently it's just
My assistance
doesn't matter.
your fervor is already growing. As I so promised thee, grant me more kisses, and we shall proceed with the sacrament.
In fact, I do believe I have one more.
Bestow upon me.
Nope. That's the only one. Okay. So, yeah, I suppose it doesn't really matter. Regardless, you still get the... regardless of how mad you make the giant hand. Like, oh, why don't you want to worship the giant hand? It's a big hand. Like, come on. Take a look at this hand. It's the hand of a holy man.
May those who seek seclusion enter.
Okay. I mean, I don't, but I just do things because, you know, that's what I do. Hey.
Miracle, thee who possess the keys to open all things, and the hands to lock them, welcome thine servant.
Yeah, I noticed Master Hand out there.
Penitent one, thee who comest in search of the morning behind our black veils. Find my daughters, and snuff out the light of the candles that accompany them. Only then will you be able to enter into their mourning.
Okay. And another collectible type of thing. Gotta go find a bunch of secret walls and all that sort of stuff. I don't think it really starts until I get the double jump. At least I haven't found any prior to that point. And I've only found like one even after that. So, I don't know. We'll see. Big hands, big hearts. That's the theme of Blasphemous 2. Hey.
When darkness descends on my tiles, my lanterns awaken. It is their light that protects us in this shadowy corner full of old rosaries. My name is Sagrario. Knotting rosaries is my penance, and I cannot serve a more virtuous cause than thine own, penitent one. If you give me the knots, I shall increase the mysteries of your rosary, so that they might fill thee with consolation. I shall wait for you to give me more knots to increase the mysteries of your rosary.
Oh, I didn't get any? I should have had at least like one or two. Maybe I didn't do a good enough job looking around. Well, like I said, gonna be doing more stuff when I get the double jump than over in this area. Until then, it's pretty much just right back to where I was before, and then I just drop down this place. Oh yes, I've also marked up the map a lot more, so I have a much better idea of where I need to go to for each one of these things. Now, like, actually, this should be... Yeah, it's like I've been using that for double jump, been using this for those, the light that just kind of exists around. Looks like it's going to make platforms or something eventually. Bodies for the... you know, body things that I gotta use the ground slam for. Then there's also just the green for I don't know what to do with this. This just kind of leads out very far. If I get an infinite jump or a Hollow Knight style crystal dash or something, maybe I'll use that. And then blue is those chains around. Don't really know what to do with the chains. Chains are there, but I'm just guessing that, you know, ultimately what it's on the pause menu here. I have the relics of contrition, of which one of them is wall climbing, one of them is double jumping, and then light and chains are going to be the other two, right? Sort of the natural assumption to be making here. At least that's what I'm thinking. But then again, I don't know. As it is, the other thing I suppose to say is that I am still going to be... By the way, is there anything up here? Yes. Well, I mean, there will be once I get the double jump. So, throw that on? Well, potentially. I mean, I suppose... I don't know if the thing is going to open up here once I actually get the collectible over there? We'll see, I suppose. Okay. Did, of course, last time get the dialogue for when I didn't have a double jump. Let's see if there's something new if I do. because I think there's a good chance of that. But anyway, here's the Mother of Mothers. Looking great. Looking really good. I said last time, it's like, I for whatever reason, I don't really remember too much of what this looked like originally. Only very vaguely. But yeah, just kind of happen down here once you're able to get... I think it's a combination of all three of the weapons. Because those are the kind of like major upgrades that you get at the very beginning. There we go. Just keep Dracula fireballing out here. I mean, it's a pretty simple sort of spell to end up using, right? Where you just, you know, shoot fireball at enemy. Which is why let's check out some of the other stuff. Also, just real quick, verses dedicated to the 3 stars that were consumed by the 1,000 voices of the ancient choir. Heat seized their throats, inflaming their words. Might as well do some of that as I'm switching off of them. I was talking about doing that last time and didn't actually end up making good on that promise. So, you know, I'm thinking, hey, lore's fun. Lore is fun. So let's do some of it, right? And besides, this is also like a half episode. Okay, please. These are a very basic sort of enemy. All the way from the first game. I believe they appeared all over the place in the Mother of Mothers there as well. Now 1,000 years later, they're still doing it. Still making it work. Chime of the Twisted One. Yeah, I've been told a little bit more about what this is actually supposed to do. So right now I just have the Mirabros of the Return to Port. Obviously good. It's a good one. Chant of Supplication to the Farolera, sung by sailors in time of need. Then we got Chime of the Twisted One, chant to an unknown bell that tolled with the cry of an ancient and sacred icon. Yeah, it's all here. It all makes sense when you look at this. It used to be said that in the presence of the symbol, but lo, this chant has long since been forgotten. So yeah, I don't know if it does anything here. But yeah, symbol. Chant it in front of this symbol. Hey, do you see this symbol? Chant it in front of the symbol. It's like, that's why they got it in the background. That's why they got it in the description, etc. and so on. It didn't really, because otherwise, obviously, it's not like a particularly powerful sort of spell here. I mean, here. Observe the incredible power that I got out of that. No, it's for secrets. And apparently, yeah, finding the symbol is a little bit close to, what I was thinking there. A little bit closer to, say, the environmental puzzles, for example, in The Witness. So you kind of got to look around for them. Anyway, here's my shortcut back here, where this is actually another place where I'm just going to put like the green one, the I don't know what to do with this, that sort of thing. Because I'm thinking eventually it's, you know, like the Crystal Dash in Hollow Knight allowed you to sort of to sail across pretty big distances, and that's sort of what I am thinking that this is going to be an equivalent of, because because you know, you're crossing an entire ocean, that sort of deal, which is why it feels like it's going to be something similar. I honestly have no idea. Oh yeah, when I actually get the double jump, I can just hit that from here too, which is funny. Still gonna be using this weapon for the most part because all of these I have working for this weapon in particular. Plus 10%, plus 15%, which you get at the over in the you know, the golden thread area. Because that's where you would originally get this weapon, but I guess instead you get the little altar piece. And then 15% on lightning damage because I eventually get that by hitting enemies and not getting hit myself. I don't think I have much of anything else. Still have no idea where to get any of those. I suppose I'll see eventually, right? By the way, we got any symbols around here? I'm just even, like, looking. Haven't been doing that as of just yet for the sake of using the chime, but... Oh, yeah, I suppose also I should go and switch over to a different weapon then, too. Devour to the poison of jealousy. Chant inscribed with pen and hemlock in a poisoned royal tome. Every night the ancient monarch sat in the darkness to inscribe his envy in bile-soaked letters. And now bile containers are, bile flasks are what I use to heal myself, so I don't. It doesn't seem too bad, right? Don't have the magic to cast it right now, though. And there, I could get into that door if I had any idea where exactly the bell is around here. Still working on becoming a giant skeleton, I see. Yep. Hard work. Gonna be worth it, though. Gonna be worth it. Ornate chalice. This is actually your health upgrade in the game. Alright, so as soon as you get each one of the 3 weapons, they start to kind of appear in those little battle arenas that you've been seeing around here. The church shut its doors to us forever. The floor of its nave collapsed, revealing a deep, dark abyss. A remnant of a bygone era that had been concealed for centuries. Only those brave enough to dare peer into its blackness and speak of walls carved with figures, looking upwards in unison as if yearning for the scarce light, not the sacred light. They also say that sometimes those who stayed for a while could hear a distant wail, a cry so desperate it wounded the soul, and no one knew where or from what horror it came, a sound that could never be forgotten. When that happens, they throw white flowers into the abyss, an act that apparently calms down the suffering of that mysterious being. No one knows whether the flowers are thrown as a gesture of compassion or fear. No one knows what lies there in the depths of the abyss. Only that we must stay away from that place. And the other thing, found out that this is apparently the equivalent of Quicksilver in this game. It improves the flasks, so there's that. Piece of a mirror that once reflected 2 moons and a great storm. Its sharp point can mark silver on other crystals. Oh yeah, also, cup embellished with small stones, used in rituals. At the bottom is dark blood stains can be discerned. My chest was pierced by a strong guilt, and I heard the voice of the miracle. A voice that needed no words nor sounds to be understood. The voice spoke of a penance that would grow my body into a great statue, that would empty my insides, leaving only the bones enveloped in a scarlet velvet, that would unfold my skin as if it was a blessed mantle, revealing the hollow skeleton below. So she's becoming a big skeleton.
With this crystal, I mark and imbue thy flasks with silver and bile.
All right, poggers.
Only the miracle shall know how many crystals have been bathed in its grace. Now I shall enhance the vital light within thee. I shall wait for thee to bring me more chalices.
Okay.
Bring me chalices.
And that very handily also undid all of the health that I spent filling up that other cup of blood there. I don't know why I keep doing that. I haven't tried to do it without having the blood, like without filling up the cup. So I don't know. Also, big hands. Did I do this one last time? I don't even remember. I should probably look that up. Whatever. Let's go through it again.
Come closer and contemplate this delicate tumbaga. The embroidered shawls, the silk dresses. You are in Regina's shop. My goods are my home, my bed. They are as much a part of me as I am of them. You point, and this diligent arm will surely grant your request.
Okay, let me go and grab probably the abandoned rosary knot, right? Because, cord knot whose origins have long been forgotten. Skilled hands could join this knot to the strings that hold the rosary beads. Sure. Also get a rat skull. Rat build, baby. Let's go. What is the sleepless ones?
Here among my wares, I shall await your return.
Okay. Anyway, deformed rat skull, remains of a vermin crawling among the pavement. The smallest beasts must adapt to survive, even more so when their own children disown them. Also, I need to cough. Anyway. What was I doing here? And then let's also take a look at the abandoned rosary knot. Knot after knot, bead after bead, with the most composed of patience, I thread the rosary. Each bead a guilt, a mourning, a confession, a step in the long ladder of penance. And through the threshold of this grim haven, forgotten by all, will enter those that seek my assistance, those that seek this old and sacred craft of mine, those that will face the light shed by my candles of my roof, whoever they are, and they shall bask in the shelter and hope they provide. I will, until that moment, wait, knot after knot, bead after bead, with the most composed of patience. I've got nothing else going on in my life, so I'm just making rosaries for people. Whatever. Look, I got cool candles. Check them out. Peep the candles, everybody. Okay, back into the mother of mothers there. Get into the grandmother. And then, yeah, basically from there, I mean, I've already kind of done most of the double jump stuff, so should be able to go through it pretty quick. And then from there, I mean, you know, also show off the cool spells that are apparently going to make a huge difference. I don't know. I'll see. I'll be the judge of that one. But as it is, yeah, pretty much just going back to the save point and then dropping down. Then the other plan is that I'm just going to go through and get a lot of the stuff that exists around here. That's going to take like just a couple hours on its own to traverse the entire map. Even with handy... right, of course. Even with handy things like trying to... like, use the spells to warp back to town and stuff like that. It still takes some time to get to various places. Teleport to and all that. It's a big hallway full of guys that jump at you. Right. Yeah, and then I guess over here would be the actual area that I want to get to. Really not going to concern myself with fighting too many things because it does... enemies do take quite a beat. Keep on eating. But then again, they also take quite a hit and then just push you away. Well, anyway, I got the improved bile flasks. As you can see, they're looking a lot more ornate up there. Ooh, ow. Whatever. Look, I'll get hit by an incense burner swinging back and forth over a skeleton any day of the week, right? Well, anyway, what was I saying here? Don't really want to deal with you, and you also go down to one hit, so... easy enough. Ah, fine. Look, I'm okay. I'm doing just fine here. Gonna have to deal with you, though, aren't I? Ow. How about this one, then? I don't know if the... I don't remember you can also hit this around, too, so... you know, for the cast time that spell requires, I don't know if it's quite worth it. Here, let's instead do this. It's something. I mean, it's something. Well, anyway, what else? What else? I mean, I'm clearly looking for a bell at this point in time, but aside from that... this place does seem to still have a lot of light coming through it, even though it seems quite underground. I guess maybe not as underground as it looks. After all, we are currently living in a world where there are just cool giant cities with big hearts. You know, just hanging out. It's just there. Alright, let's do this real quick. Oh, come on now. But yeah, Bell was right here. Should remember that it's like, right. I'm not really looking around for that. It's right there. Okay. Platforming is a little bit quick, but even though it looks scary, it's actually pretty forgiving, it seems. At least that's been my experience so far. I mean, can't really say that I've... oh, right, it's up here. Can't really say that come on now, I know I can make that jump. See, right there. Well, I didn't get it in time, but I can make that jump. Okay, here, circle right around in there, if that's really how you have me do it. Fine, fine, I'll play your game called Blasphemous 2, that I'm currently playing right now, as I'm speaking. That's how it works. I don't know what I'm doing with this. Now, you're kind of in the way, so I am actually going to hit you until you get out of the way. And by that, I mean explode into entrails. The normal state of being for a lot of the characters around here, to be honest. As seen, like, you know, during the bosses. That are exploding into gold skeletons, but, you know. It's a real questionable sort of thing. What sort of viscera you're going to end up exploding into in the world of Castlevania? Dead Blasphemous. Blasphemania. Blasphemania. Anyway, let me go get all my vials back before I continue on here. Yep, a lore and cleanup episode, right? And like I said, I'm going to feel a lot better when I'm actually showing everything here, because there's a lot of good stuff in the game. I mean, it's pretty much the entire thing is that I just don't really want to edit a lot. I mean, that's the reality of it. It's like, hey, y'all, you gotta... there's a lot of repeat content here, right? There's a lot of points in time that you're just going to be going through a lot of same areas that you've already done, and I should just do that. I shouldn't try to just be like, you know what, I don't know, it doesn't matter. It's like, no, I should do that. I owe it to you, the viewer. Do the best job possible. Unless I don't. Unless I don't like the game. Pretty much. If I don't like the game, then all bets are off, baby. Check out my spell. Yeah, we got him. I suppose that's something. All right. Yeah, just real quick should be able to. The big swing on that really does make it quite easy to do the... No. Hey, cut that out. The big swing on that. Okay, the recovery on the dash is too much for me to actually match up to their dash. Good to know, I suppose. Alright, and this is clearly another one of these platform and speed challenges. You know, I have the entire thing where I have extra lightning damage and whatnot. I kind of need to... I pretty clearly need to stop getting hit if I want to take advantage of that for any amount of time. Because as of right now... Yeah. Hope that's not... No, like I said, it's actually pretty forgiving, all things considered. Alright. Here's a boss arena, which I think might actually have been the place where you fought Escobar in the first game. I don't remember. But the fact that it's like a big empty room, and I had this pretty explicitly spoiled for me, which I don't care. I like video game spoilers.
Here is where the first miracle took place.
There you go. Yeah, it's like the first tree made by the miracle. I remember people were saying something along the lines of that. Well, now that I'm switching off to something else, Paternos, the Burial of Lights, invokes flames from the very earth itself, which inflict fire damage. Chant to the friendly flame that naught could extinguish. Heavy clods of soil covered it, and deprived of shadow, it now sleeps in repose. Also do have Bleeding Miracle. Verse dedicated to the blood shed in penance, the first sign of sacrifice since the emergence of the earliest worshippers of the miracle. You know, still like a whole bunch of stuff to look at here. Oh yeah, I was going to go equip up the rat skull. Because, yeah, whatever, sure. So many things. Here, let's go take a look at, like, you, for example. The traitor. I hunch in the dark, and my fingers fight to hold the dagger. It writhes within my moist palm, like a living being wanting to escape my grasp. As if the weapon wanted no part in such a terrible crime, such an atrocious betrayal. The instructions were clear. It's him or me. So I wait, and will do so for as long as it's needed, joined by these regrets and silence as my accomplice, until he crosses, unknowing, the threshold of this door. It's him or me. And I'll just look at those occasionally. Well, that's pretty difficult to see sort of thing there. It does. There's like an achievement that keeps track of how many of those there are. It's just, I don't know if I got it in me to try and search the entire world. I'm already going to be getting a lot of the basic secret-y type of stuff, so, you know. Right. Gotta actually, you know, hit the wall if you're going to try and jump on it. And, okay. There you go. Artfully switch back and forth between the weapons, right? Silver shell file, long flat piece of iron with large teeth. These files are used by sculptors who work the wood for speedy filing and shaping. His last work, part 4. Yeah, it starts out with part 5, which I didn't actually do, but it should be. I think going through the lore sections for each one of these, it should be pretty obvious to piece together the story. The first one is part 5, after all, so, you know. The woman fell hopelessly to the cobblestone floor. Both men panicked by her side, but it was too late. She was already in agony. Then, lying in the lap of one of them, she regaled them both with a kind smile and caressed their cheeks in a gesture of forgiveness before breathing her last. These two men broke down in tears before such a sacrifice, holding her corpse with blood-stained hands. I mean, pretty much the story so far is part 5 is... the sculptor was blinded by the radiance of a woman, which he still remembered even in, you know, they say like the eternal darkness or something like that. And that's, you know, obviously the sculptor who is trying to create the current statue. And then otherwise, I think it was part 2. It was the other one, the Mother of Pearl dealio, which pretty much just described 2 men fighting out in the street. So you can see sort of where it's going, right? I do want to actually take you out, so because this is one of those one of them there time segments where time happens. Which is to say, every single segment of the world. We do live in a dimension where time exists, and we do have to deal with the fact of its inevitable march forward. That's just how it is. Anyway, from here, on the other hand, I'll make sure you break that thread of metal, I guess. Old metal thread, right? And then as for everything else, it's something. Yeah, now that I know you can just roll through these guys, a lot easier to deal with, right? So you should just be using sword. Anyway, anything else? I mean, I guess, you know, I might as well check out each one of these areas before starting to do the puzzle proper. Insofar as it might be a puzzle and not just, you know, a sort of platforming course, kind of quick here. 2,000 tears. Always takes a second after you activate something like that to actually open up your menu again. Not too much else. I mean, pretty much just going to be going through the upper left part of this room, and that should be good. Mother of mothers. Apparently they actually explain sort of the disappearance of the miracle in the DLC. I mean, obviously, if I'm trying to actually understand the story, I should have paid more attention to that. But also, whatever, it's fine. Just to make sure that I actually hit it, right? It's like this weapon has a very small hitbox, which, you know, only matters against like very small opponents. But still, it is something where should be keeping track of that. All right, and that leads right down to here. So yeah, let's just here. I'll speed run this, and we'll just I'll do it fast. Okay, and that covers that one. Anyway, I also got to see what it actually looks like when you have the that one character assist you in a fight, which is to say, not much of anything. It's sort of unimpressive. The Ecstatic Novice. I'll say, look. Where do I actually have this? Somewhere around here, somewhere hereabouts. Here we go. Increases the stun power of your attacks. It was that day during morning prayers that I felt something was wrong with the sisters. I found them pale and tremulous, overwhelmed by the sudden burden of a terrible secret. Mother Superior called me to her presence, ordering that I must remain within my cell to pray. And so I did. Shortly after, the noise of hammering at my door. Realizing they were sealing me within, I cried out, but nobody answered. I have barely survived since then, sustained on breadcrumbs delivered through cracks in the door, upon muddy water from an old clay pot. The convent has fallen into a sepulchral silence, broken occasionally by slow, heavy steps that can now be heard down the hallways. Something or someone, or someone or something. No, that's actually correct. That's right. It has taken over the place. Please, to whoever finds this writing, please have mercy and set me free from this nightmare. Well, anyway. I mean, look, I did. I opened up the box and I took the statue. I think that works. That's pretty much what you're looking for, right? Anyway, alright, so yeah. Not too much more aside from that over here. I think it's just another, you know, the easy way to get up to the Donkey Kong Country Returns area over there. And there's something over there, though. Maybe I should go look into that. But also look into this, of course. Given that this area has been open for some time, just unable to be gotten there. And that's just another silver-clad crystal shard, but you know what? Works for me. There we are. Okay. That kind of covers that around this area then, which is pretty good. However, like I said, there's still plenty more things to go around here. And I think the first place I'm going to want to go is just hitting up... Well, let's go get the upgrade first. But oh, yeah, and also, real quick, go turn in the next thing that I got.
Pray, how?
Not that I'm really even entirely sure exactly what doing this does.
The file you bring is able to polish wood and leave it as smooth as the petals of dried flowers. Know that you have my gratitude, penitent one.
All right, and there's that entire thing.
The altarpiece on your back now has here.
All right, and then I guess sure. No, it's not like I'm really doing much of anything else with the with the stuff here after all. So I think there's probably like what two more tools then left to go and get. Something along the lines of that. I don't know. Well, anyway. Back down here. Still don't know where the bell is. It's probably up on top of this entire area, which has a thing. It requires the light stuff.
With this crystal.
Yeah, same thing as before. Now those are some fancy flasks.
Only
Sort of.
the miracle shall
They sort of look like those
bring me chalice.
those like little bags with like the nozzles on them that you use to decorate cakes. like you just squeeze the bile out of the bottom there and then to spell out happy birthday or something. Anyway, so yeah, there's like a little bit more that I think I can do over here. I mean, there is obviously the actual next area and everything that I could go get to, which would probably be worthwhile. What do I want? Increase the window to perform a block. Seems like a good idea. Flagellant. Also probably, although I haven't been dying a whole lot as of just yet. Let's get the Mark of Martyrdom. We can't go wrong with that, right? That's always going to be a handy thing to grab.
Here among my way.
Besides, it's not like I have too much of anything else to use all of my my souls on. Also, there was still more stuff over here that I almost forgot about. So then, that, and now that I actually have the double jump, should be able to, but not quite. Maybe that also requires whatever else that I end up getting, right? I thought there was something else that I got over here, too. That wasn't just, Tears of Atonement. But still. Do that, open up that. And then finally, yep, got it. That's how you do it, baby. Yeah, it's not like you can stand on the bell. I don't know if I'm over. I'll give it one more try here. See if I can't. No, I don't think you can grab onto the side of those either, which is why that's probably not going to happen, at least for right now. Now then, Streets of Wakes, I think is kind of the next place that I would want to go hit up. Because that, like I said, I was nearly done with that last time, so might as well just end up going through it again. And as such, I'm just going to skip to the last area there. So, from this point here, I think I just didn't really realize that I could just, make that double jump. Something along the lines of that. Do you mind? Yeah, that feels like something else. Maybe an air dash? Maybe the ability to dash in midair seems like something that would allow me to maybe start clearing those gaps. Also, pretty standard sort of video game thing, right? That's at least the way I'm seeing it. Okay, and then right over here. I don't really think that this is a super important type of area, but one that I'm still going to get into anyway. Yeah, that's alright. Just goes over here, but does give me the embossed rat skull. Oh boy, rat build. That's right, it's rat build. Alright, so just equip up that. Rodent remains, finally crafted by the hands of a master goldsmith with delicate gemstones set in its sockets. I mean, delicate, pretty large looking, judging by the picture there. And is there anything else? Shortest looks like there should be something right about here now, doesn't it? Well, I suppose not, though. Here we go.
Penitent one, this is no place for anyone. Can you not see that death breathes the very air that dries our throats? That it walks in our footsteps? You cannot even hear the cries for the dead. For here, even crying is forbidden. I will remain in the shadows, sheltering behind these bars, so you cannot look upon my diseased countenance. But although no one has ever managed to find out who he really is, I can reveal to you a name. Castor. How ominous that name sounds when spoken in these shadowy enclaves. I may have something for you. If so, be sure to take it and go.
So yeah, another shop. Another shop that sells another health increasing thing. And I guess this is, I don't know, it's kind of hard to say, but it also sort of looks like this is maybe the shop where if you miss something, it shows up here. Because, yeah, the Anointed One and the Punished One, sort of the equivalent of the statue that I'm using right now. Because I started out with the quick weapon, and that means that when you would normally get it, I instead got the statue. But now the other two are here. And maybe I'm looking into it too much.
Go now.
Yeah, the old anti-100% lockout prevention. That entire thing. Which I do appreciate. Lets you still get pretty much everything, even if for whatever reason you're otherwise unable to go back to an area or get something. Although it's sort of impossible to say if that's actually the case, though. All right, time to just go around and get everything that I didn't show the first time. Small area here that requires the double jump. Pretty simple and pretty easy way to figure out the double jump is going to be in the game. And I remember the pilgrim from the first game very vaguely, but sort of. Yeah, let's take a look. Hey, what's going on? Reduces the lost on. I mean, it is a clear upgrade for. It is a clear upgrade for the weapon, I suppose. The pilgrim, with barefoot I walk, both hands tied at my back, with no company other than my faith and hope. As so was our rule spoken. Sunlight burns my forehead, dust covers my wounded feet, wind buffets my face. But adversity shan't break my will, as I know every step brings me closer to my destination, one I still ignore, even if I know it waits for me by the design of his high grace. Speaker of our rule, creed of the order of the genuflecting pilgrims. There you go. Yeah, seems like one that I probably want to use, right? It makes it so that you don't necessarily have to not get hit at all. Anyway, let's see what else there is to be grabbing. Another area where you really need a double jump. Next to these mysterious cages that... Where is that chain going? Anyway. I suppose it doesn't really matter now, does it? Yeah, and here's one of the collectibles. Which is a woman in a bed, I guess. But this is Blasphemous, so, well, that's how it is. The double jump here should be able to get this as long as I go just far enough over. All right. And then 2,000 Tears of Atonement. Yep, not really super important unless... That was a weird glitch. Unless... No, I don't think there's anything else over here. Alright, well, gave him my all. Okay, and right above the previous area, go over here. I remember there was something to get here. That was like a secret wall or whatever. But aside from that, leads over into this new area, which I didn't really explore too well. I don't think it was impossible. I don't think it was impossible for me to get here, but was certainly a bit difficult. See a city that doesn't exist reflected in the lake. Pretty cool. I don't know what that means. Could be related to the story that the one person was telling me. Person that I see before one of those boss fights. If it is, though, it's otherwise. You know, everybody's favorite ghost-filled ghost area. What with the ghosts? What with the boss from the Tangle in... Yeah, the boss from the Tangle in Darkest Dungeon 2. Alright, and then, yeah, a lot more things that are going to require double jumping around here. Although overall, double jumping is just kind of handy to have. And hey, this was the original way that I got back to the streets of Wake.
Wayfarer, you stray from your path, making your footsteps mute imitations of our own. Let not these black mists deceive your eyes, for you stand before the procession of shadows. Figure of the sinuous mists, pay us with the false coin, the one with jagged edges and forgotten features, the one that is worthless and desired by none. Thus, we will guide you through the dense blackness to the remotest of places.
And I mean, I got a couple of these and everything, and it did explicitly say that it's worthless to everybody else, but I also don't want to go back to the Street of Wake, so, you know, it was just kind of like, not do that for right now. Alright, keep that in mind, I suppose, for the future. I don't know why or what exactly the procession of shadows is gonna do for me. I mean, yeah, it even marks it on the map as that. I got two of them. The thick night mists curled. Forgotten tribute. The thick night mist snaked and curled around the lattice of trunks and branches that made out that forest. From the very fog that stick to my skin like a clammy shroud did emerge the shadows. They marched in procession with mournful parsimony, each one a bearer of their own lament and grim expression, confused, wafting forward in death. Seized by the sinister sight, I could not help but witness, frozen in place as they slowly made their way towards me. Only then did the procession stop, the shadow guiding the group, the tallest and most tenebrous of them all, bowed down in silence, showing me the palm of his bare hand. He was waiting for something, petrified. I could but mutter a few vain words, whilst my whole being shivered. It was at that moment that the piercing light of the sudden dawn broke through the entangled canopy of that forest, tearing apart both fog and spectre, making them all vanish before me. The sweet song of birds conjured away the deadly silence that reigned before. I will never know what tribute that ghost of mists would have asked for, nor I know will I ever, nor if I will ever encounter them again. Okay. I guess they got a lot more verbose since that story, because they made it pretty clear exactly what they were asking for. They give us the bad coin. The bad coin. The bad coin that doesn't do anything. We'll take it. We love it. We love worthless coins. Now, isn't the entire existence of a coin to have inherent worth? You would think so. Like that's sort of the purpose of it, but this one doesn't. So that's why what you're gonna do is you're gonna give that to us. What are we gonna do with it? Don't know. Eat it, I suppose. Ghosts get hungry too. Why not? Anyway, this has been my Blasphemous fanfiction. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more quality fanfiction content. Yes, in this area, 2 moons, which was mentioned back in the... Well, I mean, it mentioned 2 moons in the description for the silver shard thing. So I don't know if that has something to do with this. This is also almost definitely a place where I can use the bell. I don't know. And anyway, I hope you all enjoyed 2 moons, because that's it. Here as I can tell. Just like it just goes right into the elevated temples, that place that I was in last time. There's definitely something a little bit more to this. I'm sure it's probably minimally a symbol. I mean, I suppose I can't just like go and use the stupid bell. No. Probably need to actually find where I'm supposed to use it. Although I could just use it randomly here again. I mean, if you take a look, there's like this gap right here. Now, sort of in between the decorations. It'll have to be something for later. Okay, continuing on from this point. I'll figure out what 2 moons is all about eventually, I'm sure. I mean, it's a big, huge area. It probably is an entrance to like a sub-dungeon or something like that. And here, I don't know if... Nope. Again, that's going to require the air dash, which I'm betting I'm probably getting because that feels about right. Ow! Hey! Because that feels about right, but, you know. Alright. On to the next thing. Well, this isn't technically something that requires a double jump for, but it's probably worth showing anyway. Because I really don't know exactly what this unlocks. I don't remember. A shortcut? Something like that? Yeah, I guess I'll see in a couple seconds. Yeah, no, there's stuff down here. But what? Okay, item. Item, and yet again another one of the things that requires you have pretty much all the weapons. And yeah, not even... unfinished lullaby. That's right. Back in the first episode, there was one NPC that was talking about like lullaby stuff. Might be worth checking that out. And from this save point, I mean, it's pretty easy to figure out what you need to do to get that as soon as you actually get the double jump. And a lot of these things are pretty easy to figure out sort of what the basic ability you're getting is. Same thing with this one, for example. If I can hit it, that is. And there's even a couple more things on top of that, but yeah. Liviano, the Blighted Blades. Let's take a look. Verse dedicated to the sassy child, whose words will split open the skin in festering wounds. I don't have the mana to use it. I mean, I was just also gonna go warp back here too, so I might want to make sure that I have the ability to do that there first. Oh no, it doesn't seem to use too much actually. Okay, and that'll do it for the east side of the game from the start here. So now time to go over to the west side of the game, which has still quite a few things here. Maybe start out with the first area and then kind of go from there. And with double jump, should just be able to, yep, just like that. Okay, I don't know if that's necessarily what the intended solution is, but it is the solution that I made. Oh, yeah, that's press and upgrade your flask in the first game. Also, nah. Look, that's not really going to stop me, but it is going to be a good opportunity to actually use that new spell that I got here. So, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, that checks out. I mean, it's not quite the, Sonic wheel sort of deal, but, well, like these characters do, for example. Oh, that was a little bit farther than I thought it was going to be. Don't do the feather thing here, I suppose. Oh, I thought it was over because I got a prize. But, yeah, I suppose the prize is going to be having that door open, right? Alright, we good? We good? I think we're good. So, oils of the blessed mixture. Vial of brightly colored oil. By mixing its contents with different pigments, the sculptors obtained a wide variety of hues with which to color their work. His last work, Part 3. The old sculptor took cover and crouched in fear, but could not avert his eyes from such a savage affray. Suddenly a woman appeared in their midst, arms high, hoping to cease their bloody endeavor. Blind by hate, the fighters could do nothing to avoid a dreadful end. She fell to the ground, mortally wounded. So yeah, like I said, you can kind of see where it's going. But hey, that's also what, only one more thing left to get then for that. And whatever this is, I think it's probably going to require me to have the light thing, judging by what I drew on the map there. But anyway, next one though, and one that I noticed pretty early on was this thing. Yep, I just hit a bell up here. Not that I'd even know what to do with that bell if I saw it in the first place. And Mark of Martyrdom, that's it? No, nothing else? Well, finish that one up then. And then there's only one more thing all the way back in the first area. From here, should be able to just do that. Okay, that'll work. Although I don't really know if there's anything else that I can get in this area right now. Ah? Cool. Should probably be getting most of those characters on the Fervent Kiss then too, which well, let's read the description of Fervent Kiss. How will they find out the truth if to their eyes I'm no different from the others? We all share the same beauty and grandeur, the skin made from light itself, the same voice that sounds like a gift from the high heavens. What if I was, in fact, different? What if I truly was the most divine of them all, the only one deserving adoration? Yes, all will kneel before me, all will worship me, all will wait eternities to share my presence and fight for the honor of kissing my flesh. I just need to make sure the others disappear. Okay, but then I also did get that other one that I should probably go check out. Here we go. Improves the effects of the bile flask. Good stuff. Plus 20% of the bile flask. Probably undo that. This pain is unbearable, is tearing me apart. The elder, soon to be born, convulses as it tries to escape my chest. I feel his clammy body twist, a longing to exit my own, the one that keeps getting younger and younger. Soon he will be free, and I will die. He will rise his gaunt, frail, shivering body, and will witness my youthful corpse lying at his side. And he will know, as I did before, that he is an heir to my curse, and be forever ignorant to the cause. Okay. I mean, I never actually finished this quest back in the first game, so I guess that's what that was about. Well, here's something that does require the double jump to do. So, what do you got? 2,000 tears. Yeah, not a whole lot, but hey, it's something. Okay, well, that covers that one. Which I didn't even realize was a double jump area, but, well, here we are. And there's this right over here. I don't remember exactly what it is, clearly, as I just jumped down into... Well, they're not spikes. They're shards of glass, right? But still. What is this area? I mean, I know that originally the dust was... Well, the ashes was a lot higher. But yeah, I still think it didn't actually let me get up here. Oh, nice. Also, saw it coming.
Grateful we are.
Cool. All right, so there's two things. I still have no idea what that even means, but hey, I don't think there's only actually... Yeah, of that, there's one more left, I think. Otherwise, I gotta go get the rest of the upgrades to kind of get everything else. This area right here. That's right. Because there's no way that I could get up there in any other way. And you use the rare mechanic to be able to hit these things down. So I can get in here. What do you got? The Thurifer? I'm actually not familiar with that word. Well, I suppose it'll explain it pretty clearly soon enough. Reduces the fervor cost of keeping the war censer alight. As he did every night, upon the priest retreating to his quarters and the church filling with only silence, the young sexton Huron, do I recognize that name? I don't think so, ignited the old bronze thurible, a family heirloom. He had received it from his father as he, before him, had inherited it from his own. As sacred fumes of the incense permeated the wood, he felt honored by the task. That night, upon commencing the ancient rite, the smoke grew thick and heavy, quickly expanding until the entire room choked from its cloying presence. Huron coughed and stumbled, dizzy after breathing the fumes, finally fainting before the statue of the saint. That night the wind was fierce, and through an open window a dust devil of dry leaves entered, swirling across the floor, hungry for the embers of the thurible. Huron woke to witness the statue aflame before his very eyes. It was too late. He raised his gaze to the saint's face, and seized by the horror of the event and the guilt he felt, the sexton could swear the statue's stare had twisted into one of reproach. And so the young man run away from that church, horror chiseled in his childish face. He would never forget that hieratic figure with its stern, incriminating gaze that had been his charge and duty during his whole life. Okay, there you go. Probably a character from the first game. I don't remember. I don't remember if they were. Then I guess I never actually went over to this area. So real quick, what's happening here? Oh, yeah, you know, I'm also thinking right now, there was like a little bit of this area then I had to do as well. So might go and do that. All right, and this seems like... No, I think I'm gonna need... It looks like something that I need to come in from the other side to do. Okay, so no idea what the deal with that one is. Oh, there's also a chalice just right down here, which I guess I never got. So that's cool too. Yeah, and I think that's kind of the last thing that I had in this area. Okay, I'm gonna go get those chalices done, and then, like I said, one more thing, if I remember correctly, one very important thing to do back in the thorny area. But first, well, let's do this. Let's go turn in the paints. And then, yeah, get all the upgrades that I possibly can.
My hands attain virtue through obedience and constancy. I begin to feel them go numb, as if submerged into an icy sea. They move of their own accord. Now, they are more of the miracle than of me. Behold these beautiful oil paintings, with colors that radiate life itself. Know that you have my gratitude, penitent one.
Okay.
May the hands...
And that covers that. Now, am I going to actually see what the statue looks like when it has some color on it? If I go right back in? No, I think it still takes some time to actually see the results of that. Probably need to get out of the entire area or something like that. Not just go through the door. All right. So, yeah, I think I got, what, 2 more chalices at this point? Just bought one and then also got one there. So, do I have to go fill this up again? Nope. Whatever. Here you go.
Now I shall enhance.
Right. Kind of the same thing. And then, real
I
quick,
shall wait for thee.
do I have one more?
Now
Impart,
I shall
etc., and so on. Yeah, it starts to become a lot less after the first couple upgrades I'm seeing.
bring me chalice.
That is fine, though. And then was there anything else? I got a kiss. I got a rosary. Do that later, though, because those are obviously a little less important for me. Oh, yeah. There's also this here, too.
Tribute to honor. To honor.
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Sure. All right, I'm going to continue doing this then. Anything else?
To honor.
Take upgrades for the save points, certainly. Okay, not quite what I was looking for. No, that's it. All right. Fair enough. At least that's handy. I was sort of hoping to get like travel to any save point from a save point. That's the one I wanted. Yes, and was it this area here? Can't really remember, but... Well, this is certainly something that I didn't show on screen. Yeah, you. The guy that looks like a Kickstarter backer.
To your reverence, I address myself. After seeing myself freed from grief following long years of regret, I dreamt I saw some bees create a honeycomb of sweet honey inside the now empty recesses of my soul. But the miracle does not distinguish between dreams and truth, and my dreamt punishment became incarnate. O creatures of the miracle, what do you want from me? Your reverence's visit to this repentant, punished sinner shall not be in vain. Take this as a gift. If perchance this gift I give you should break, losing its worth, return it to me. This honey, which doth not cease to flow, will be able to undo the damage. Let the bees continue in their sorrowful work.
Their sorrowful work appears to be getting stuck in the honey flowing out of this guy's mouth. Anyway, okay, let's take a look. What do we got this time? Still I'm starting to get a lot of these. The Maiden increases critical chance when striking with weapon. My body resonates with their quiet, sweet buzzing. The air vibrates inside of my bowels, open to the labor of the bees. My soul, free from every sorrow and pain, overflows with a mellow, pure honey that ceaselessly grows. Aha, gross. Anyway. Hey, wait a second. Never even noticed this. Ooh, maybe I am getting closer to getting another upgrade for this than I was thinking. Yeah, right. Should be looking for just like small areas that have you know that are clearly something you can jump up into, but are also just being hidden from your eyes, barely out of sight. Just gonna take out all of this here first before I actually do the platforming challenge, right? No. Okay. A lot of space over there. A lot of space that could have been used for something is the thing. Yeah, double jump here that makes this a lot easier. And yeah, did I ever actually go into this area? I don't think so. This one, though, does actually require the double jump. So, yep. This is what I was thinking of. Here we go, baby. First upgrade for my main hand, as it were. Which, I mean, obviously the other two that I've gotten pretty quick. Although I haven't gotten the sensor one. That is actually up in the elevated temples, which I haven't done yet. All right. Yeah, give me that. Yeah, give me that. Oh, give me that sweet stuff, baby. Oh, that too. This and cross. Oh, I should probably just do that one. With any weapon? Sure, sure. I mean, not that I'm going to be using that with a whole lot of other weapons, but yeah, that is definitely a step up for the weapon and everything like that. So send me back to the city. Let's see if I can get one more upgrade, but also let's also turn in those lullabies to kind of round out the episode. The starting to look a lot more fancy, I suppose. Wonder what the first upgrade looked like. I didn't even realize that that's what you actually, you know, get in this area. Third one I'm still hoping is just going to be teleport to anyone. Yes? Yeah, there you go. I knew it. I knew that was going to happen. I predicted that. It's a very Dark Souls thing. You know, you get the Lord Vessel and whatnot, right? So, of course it's going to be done. Well, anyway. I want to take a quick look. What does this actually become now? Yeah, there you go. Like lampposts just straight up on the side of it. So just, yeah. In the exact way that you think it does. Okay, well, handy. All right, that'll save a lot of time running between these. I'm glad that I apparently just barely found enough of the characters to be able to get that. Okay, let's do the lullaby thing. I have no idea what the reward could possibly be for this, but then again, I've been surprised by some of these rewards so far.
Sleep, my child. Sleep.
No, I guess not then. Maybe it's because they're unfinished. I don't know what exactly I need to do to finish this. Sleep, my child, sleep. Don't cry, my voice sings to you. My girl was running along the clear shore, under the black leaves, under the long branches. Well, I guess I'll have to go check on that later. But otherwise, at least for right now, I'm kind of caught up, and that is all the things that you missed previously. I hope you all enjoyed. This is... I'll be actually like incorporating them into the episodes next.